Hello, welcome to this week's video. I've just taken my glasses off because I thought I looked like a cartoon character, so I just took them off. This is what I look like today. I guess you wanted to know. The robot's working hard, she's getting stuff done, she's clearing up my mess. I'm just looking at music. Oh no, wait, I haven't decided. I think we're gonna do it. Every time we do like a naughty jungle body class or like a Latin themed class or something that's still what we usually do, a dance fitness class, but maybe it's got like a bit more of a dancey theme to it, or it's just got a theme to it. Like every single time we do it, people message me or say to me after class, oh, I would love to do like a proper dance class here, like where we learn a full dance. And to be fair, that's what I always wanted to do. When I was at school, at college, that's what I was aiming for, was to have my own dance school. No, I don't know what happened, because that was always the plan. Then I wanted to do journalism. I've spoken about that in a video before. And then I moved away, did some other bits. I've done a lot of dance stuff in all the jobs I've done. I think I might try it. I have to be careful, there's a dance school on this estate. We're still gonna do everything that we usually do, but just every now and again I might do a little heels class or something. I've always wanted to do a heels class and I just didn't think people would do it. But people keep asking me for it. And I never told anyone I wanted to do it. People just started asking. It's almost like the universe was going, people will do it if you want to do it. So I'm just looking at music. I'm also having like a little bit of a crisis currently. I wouldn't say it was a crisis, but I'm just very aware of how quickly time's going. Sorry, she's just cleaning for me. I'm 30 next year, which I actually cannot believe I'm 30 next year. I'm suddenly becoming very aware of it, and I'm in like a headspace. I don't regret anything I've done. There's nothing I regret over like the whole of my 20s, nothing at all. But I'm in like the headspace of where like, if I want to do something, I might as well try. I'm in such a good position because obviously I've got here. So things that used to put me off before, when I wanted to do a heels class a few years ago, I was like, no, because I'll need to find a venue, and then if people don't come, like, it's all those little things. Will people want to do a heels class in a community centre? Like, it's all the little things like that you use them as excuses so you don't have to do something. Good position where people really trust me here, and I appreciate it so much, but everyone thinks of here as a safe space, and honestly it makes me so happy because that's what I've always wanted. That was always the plan, is for this to be a safe space. They're really trying new things because it's here. Even things like when we had the medium, when Donna came in, a few people that came to that had never been to a medium before, and they'd always wanted to, and they all privately said the same thing to me: I'm only coming to it because it's here and I trust you. And I'm like, I've got nothing to do with it, I'm not going to be in there. But they trust that I wouldn't put them in a situation where they're going to be scammed or something's going to go wrong, or like they just feel safe here. And I appreciate it so much, but it's given me like a bit of confidence to just try whatever I want to try, because people will be up for it. If it's not busy, then we'll just try something else. So that's two very important things that I appreciate about myself, is that I'm not scared to fail, so I'm not scared to try things and then it doesn't work out. I will try any event, any class here, and I've managed to create a safe space. I feel like those two things, they're so important, and they allow me to do whatever I want to do. Don't ask about this. I am at the range because I'm gonna buy Christmas decorations. One problem I've got, my eyes are really bad today, by the way, in case I haven't been crying, I promise. One problem I've got is that Mum's gonna know I went to the range without her because she's gonna watch this. But that should be okay. it's too late now. And get the Christmas decorations. I've parked in Tesco's, one because I hate the new range. I don't know why they moved it. I know why they moved it because of the home base thing, but why? They could have just put home base in there. It stresses me out, like the car park situation, the McDonald's situation. I just feel like it's just not good, and I need to go to Tesco's anyway because I've realised I've left my lunch at home. I'm going to try and see if I can find something in Tesco's that's not ultra processed. I've sort of parked in the middle. In the range on their website, I have seen that they have got a disco ball with Santa sort of like, I don't know if riding it is the right word, but Santa's wearing pink, and I'm pretty sure Santa's got cowgirl boots on, or cowboy boots, sorry. They're pink boots. Has he got a cowboy hat on? I can't remember. But I really want it for the studio. They have got it online. I saw it yesterday. So if they haven't got it in there, I'll just buy it online. Got some cool like cowgirl and disco Christmas stuff anyway. So I'm going to go and get the Christmas decorations. Is it too early to put them up? Probably, but I might. I've got loads. I was in there and I went to get my phone out to film it, and then something happened and I ended up not. I got distracted by something, I think. I don't know what happened. But anyway, there's a whole aisle in the range of a Christmas aisle that is ShanFitness. Disco balls, cowgirl boots, cowgirl hats. There is so much. I'm going to show you everything I bought. I've had to park down round the corner because there was a lorry blocking my turning. So I've had to park in someone else's space. So I need to go and wait for the lorry to go and then go and grab my car, and then I'll show you everything. I was just chucking stuff in my basket because I loved it all so much. And I was like, right, I don't want to spend more than £50. Cannot spend more than £50 on just Christmas stuff. Got to the till, £45. I was like, yes. I got the Santa. Riding was definitely the wrong word because he's definitely just balancing on it. I don't know what I was thinking. I don't know what else I'd seen when I thought it was like riding the disco ball. I also went into Tesco's and wanted something hot for lunch. Trying to eat non-processed food, non-ultra processed food, but I'm also not being as strict. So if like tomorrow I'm going out with my mum and I was like, if we want to get lunch somewhere, then we just want to get lunch somewhere. Like I don't want it to restrict me. I wanted to challenge myself last week. If you didn't see, I did a video last week where I went the whole week without eating any ultra processed food. And I did feel a million times better. So I want to try and keep not eating and drinking as much. But if I need to eat, I need to eat. I don't want to be as strict. Anyway, so I was in Tesco's, I was walking around for ages. Everything I picked up was like really ultra processed and I was like, I just don't want to do this. And I really wanted something warm because I'm freezing and I've only got a microwave. So I needed something microwavable, but that wasn't ultra processed, which is really tricky. And then I found this, which is new, broccoli cheese, and the ingredients are quite clean. I mean, it's not healthy. Look at the fat, the saturated fat, but I'm really excited. And then I got some, I know I eat Greek chicken every day, but I don't usually get these. I think making it yourself is much better, like healthier and tastier. But I've got nowhere here to cook chicken, so, and I needed some meat with that. So I got some Greek chicken. Look at him. You know that game that people play, it's always on Instagram in like TK Maxx where they're like, I really want a Santa on top of a disco ball wearing cowgirl boots. But I know that would be hilarious. But at the same time, I probably have said at some point, I wish I could find a Santa on a disco ball wearing cowboy boots and a pink cowgirl hat. Like this is like my brain at Christmas. This is what's inside my brain. It's just ShanFitness, but make it Christmas. I've gone for a pink and red theme just because that's what was in the range. They told me what theme to have. So we've got hats, cowboy hats, 2 pink ones and a red one. This whole set, this is what I based it on because look, Santa and cowgirl boots and baubles. I'm not a huge fan of glitter, if I'm honest. disco Santa hats, disco balls. These are actually quite cheap. I almost tempted to go back and stock up just to have the disco balls, not even for Christmas, because they're like £1 something for 6. So good. These are like almost like hair. I think it's just thread, but you know what I mean. And then this to like go over the tree. And I've got a few of my decorations from last year, so this isn't it. The tree will be bulked with amazing decorations, but this is just what I bought today. So £45 now that it's all here is actually, I don't think that's that good, but it was all worth it for this guy. I might keep him out all year. Definitely got to put the decorations up in November because we've got our Christmas shopping night on the 28th of November. So the Christmas decorations need to be up before that. So I thought maybe the week before that, so in like a couple of weeks. But now that it's all here, when's too early? Because I wouldn't put Christmas decorations up at home at this point. I think it's too early. But I think for a business, I don't think November's too early. So when's too early for a fitness centre? I've got to get the tree out of my nan's loft. So I can't do it today anyway. Oh God, this is a tough one. I'm meant to be doing some choreographing this afternoon, but I've just found another snapped, oh my God, what is wrong with me? Another snapped trampoline bungee. So I feel like I'm gonna now spend some time trying to look for different trampolines and seeing whether I want to upgrade them. I think we just absolutely abused them, especially at the start. Classes were fully booked every week. So they've been used and abused. I have a theory that this vlog almost jinxes classes, because I feel like in every vlog I've spoken about how many cancellations I've had and how quiet classes are, and they're not usually quiet and things like that. And it hasn't been every week, but it's been a lot. And last week I had a thought, because classes were really busy last week. So Tuesday, Pilates, Rebounds, both fully booked. Hardly any cancellations, maybe like 1 or 2 cancellations, and then people rebooked, so it didn't matter. Thursday night, really busy. And I wasn't filming a vlog. And I thought, oh my God, imagine if it's the vlog that's jinxing it and it's because I'm not filming a vlog. Tonight, it's currently Tuesday. Everyone, apart from one person, has just cancelled Pilates. So a class that is usually has at least 8 people in, currently got 1 person booked onto it. And I'm starting to think it's you, because I almost feel like it's because nothing else really happens at the moment. It's quite a quiet period in terms of like, I don't need to do anything apart from sort that out. I keep forgetting about that because I don't see it during class. Nothing's really going on, so I feel like it creates a storyline for my vlogs. So I feel like it's like a thing. I'm actually really upset about class numbers tonight. It doesn't usually affect me that much because I'm like, oh, it's just maybe everyone's ill. But tonight's like my busiest night usually. And I've just messaged the one person that was booked on and told her she was the only one, so she's just cancelled. I just find that really strange. A couple of people messaged me and said they've got flu. Understandable. And again, as I always say, I'm not annoyed at anyone individually, but it's hard because we're at a really good point here where classes are busy, but everyone can still book on to what they want to book on. So it's not like at some gyms, like I used to work at a gym and people used to just moan at me all the time that they couldn't get on yoga and Pilates because it was always fully booked and always waitlisted with a really long wait list. And they're like, we're meant to get free classes and we don't get them because we can't book onto it. Like as much as I want classes to be fully booked, I never want to get to that point where people stop coming here because they can't get onto the classes. So I feel like we're at a really good place where classes are busy, but people aren't struggling to get onto them. Sometimes they have to be a bit prepared, especially with Pilates rebounds that can get fully booked, and Jungle Body. I've upped the numbers of Jungle Body, so it doesn't get fully booked anymore, at a point when the numbers were a bit lower. Now I'm thinking, is that not good enough? Because now all the regulars that come to Pilates every week, they're obviously like ill or busy tonight, and I haven't got a backup. I haven't got the people that are like, oh, I can't usually get onto it, so I've booked. I've actually just got no one now. Because I don't want people to get annoyed that they can't book on classes, and I don't want people to stop buying unlimited passes because they can't use them. But at the same time, like, it's obviously going to sometimes be busier and sometimes be quieter. It's not going to be steady all the time. But I almost need like a few more just to have like a little backup. It's usually quite good for me. November is usually really busy, and then we dip again in December. So I have just been doing some step routines for Nikki. So I just choreograph and film the routines for her, and then she learns them and puts them in her class. So I was going to film me doing it, but I just wanted to get it done. So I haven't, but I'll show you some of the videos. I literally just film me doing the track and then talking to her about it. Oh, why won't it? I want to show you. This is like a really crazy cardio one. And then like burpees, like half burpees are a bit slower. And mountain climbers. Little country one, little one to Shania Twain. Little lasso, woo! I am having a day away from the studio today. Very rare, but my mum's off work this week and she said, oh, I really want to go to Bexhill shopping. So I'm going to Bexhill shopping. Going to M&S, B&M, Tesco's. So basically all the shops we've got here, but just a different layout. So I don't know. I think it may be a mum thing. Last night I watched the Celebrity Traitors final and I cried. When Alan Carr was crying, I started crying and I thought, am I okay? Honestly, I know there's a lot of hype about it online, but I'm not really a TV show kind of person. I don't like watching films. I prefer TV shows to films, but I'm still not really a TV show kind of person. I watch the same things over and over again just to have background noise. Like, I've watched Gossip Girl. I think I'm halfway through watching it for the 7th time. So like, once I have a TV program I like, I just have it on in the background. I mean, that might be a sign of a mental health condition or a neurodiverse condition, but anyway, that's not what we're talking about right now. At the moment, there's a lot on TV that I do watch, like Married at First Sight, although I'm not really enjoying it. I'm about 2 weeks behind and I just haven't got the motivation to catch up. RuPaul's Drag Race UK, the only one I watch now, the UK one, and The Traitors I was watching. So the final last night was incredible. I think it's the best thing I've watched on TV for ages. Like, I was actually screeching while, I mean, I don't want to give it away. You probably already know because it's all over everything. But when, like, the twist and when they voted Joe to be banished, I was literally screeching. And then when Alan started crying, I started crying. And I thought, I need to sort myself out. What is going on? So anyway, so I watched that and I was a bit hyped up, and I just started watching it a bit later than it was actually on TV. So this was probably like 11:15, and I thought, I need to go to sleep really. So I did a meditation. It was a really good meditation. It was like 20 minutes long. I actually paid for it, which I don't usually do because there's so many free ones on Spotify, and there's I recommend them to people all the time. there's incredible free ones, and they're so specific as well. Like there's so many different ones depending on what you're going through or what you need help with. Like you can literally just type in, say, meditation for anxiety on Spotify, and like hundreds will come up there. It's amazing. So usually I just do one on there, but there's someone that kept popping up on Instagram, and I'd seen it earlier on in the day. She was like, oh, I'm releasing a meditation tonight. And I thought, oh, if I remember later, then I'll buy it. If I don't think about it again, then I wasn't meant to get it. And then it popped up on my phone. I bought it and I did it straight away. It was so good. I felt so relaxed while I was doing it. It was 20 minutes long. And I was laying on my bed. I had my knees bent so my feet were flat. So when you meditate, it's important that you don't get too relaxed. So when I teach meditation at all, people always ask me if they can lie down. And I'm like, yes, but make sure your feet are connected to the floor in some way. So having your knees bent and your feet flat on the floor is probably the easiest way to do that. So that's how I was laying on my back, knees bent, feet flat. And I had my phone here so I could hear it. I was so relaxed, and the things I was picturing, and it was very much, I was here in everything I was picturing. And I don't want to say too much, but things I've got planned for here and things maybe that are currently not working out that I want them to work out, I was picturing them and picturing like the people that were here and like new people. Oh, it was incredible. And it finished. I was so relaxed. I literally locked my phone, didn't even put it on charge. It had like 2% when I woke up this morning. Just locked it, put it on my bedside table, rolled over, slept for 9 hours solid. Which is what I did when I came to the sound bath here. When Emma did the sound bath here, exactly the same thing happened. I went home, slept for 9 hours solid. I woke up this morning and I feel really positive. I feel really refreshed, and I feel like I just have like a really good feeling, like there's something great is gonna happen. Well, I haven't told you about Wednesday. Wednesday I went to Bexhill and then I went to Hastings with my mum. So she wanted to go to M&S in Bexhill. It was no different to the M&S here. But also the reason why I wanted to go as well is because they have a thing there where you can take all your old clothes, not at M&S, it's round the corner by the Wicks. They've got there in the car park opposite. You take all your clothes, you weigh them, and then they buy them off you, and then they send them to Uganda. Which, if you saw at the start of the week, my car was full of bin bags, and that was clothes. So I took all my clothes there. I had probably about 10 bags of clothes, and the woman was weighing them all, and it was taking her ages, and I thought, oh, I think I'm gonna get at least 40 quid here, and then we can scoot on over to M&S and spend it straight away. And I got £19. But you know, the people in Uganda are gonna look good in my flowery flared trousers and random t-shirts. They're gonna look great. So, you know, it's for a good cause. We then went to M&S Caf, and I hadn't eaten all day, and we thought it was a lot later than what it was because we'd driven to Bexhill. And we say this every time we go to Bexhill, but Bexhill's not as far as we think it is. Every time we drive there, it literally takes like 15-20 minutes. Well, maybe not 15 minutes, but like 20 minutes. And we're like, oh, we're here already. In our heads, Bexhill is so far away because we never really go there, but it's literally just a straight road. So we met here at the studio, and I literally just drove and we were there in like 20 minutes. So it felt like it was later in the day. So we went to M&S Caf. I was starving, and I thought, I'm just gonna eat anything because I'm so hungry. I'm not even gonna read the labels. And I had a roast dinner wrap. So it had roast beef, horseradish, like a cheesy sauce, greens, carrots, all wrapped in a Yorkshire pudding. It was so good. So I was sat down, and I was starting to eat, and like all the old people, you know, like M&S usually full of old people. Me and my mum love M&S, but you know, sometimes the Caf it's got a certain clientele that are triple my age. I felt like I was being judged. I felt like people were looking, And I thought, what's going on? And then I looked at the time and it was like 10:30 and I was eating a roast dinner. But, you know, I was hungry and I got vegetables and I got protein and I got fats and I got about 1,000 calories and it was delicious. And we went shopping in M&S, didn't find anything. Went to Tesco's because they had 25% off club card for clothing. And I'd been to Eastbourne Tesco's the day before because I went to the range. And the clothes in there were amazing, and I didn't buy anything because I knew I was going to Tesco's the next day, and also in my head it was going to make me feel better if I'd sold my old clothes before I bought new clothes, so I didn't buy anything. And now I regret it because it was empty in the Bexhill one. We're walking around and I was like, I've got a feeling I just know my mum too well. I was like, I've got a feeling she's going to say, let's go to Hastings because we're halfway there. And what did she do? She said, I know, let's go to Hastings. Primark and H&M. We've got Primark and H&M in Eastbourne. But anyway, we drove to Hastings. I hate trying to get in the car park there. I feel like you just go around in circles, and if you miss the turning, then you end up going around the other way, and it's just, we ended up going to Hastings. I actually bought a couple of bits with my money. And yeah, and then I came home and I was still home in time to teach my 5:30 class, so it was perfect. Then on Wednesday night, Nikki taught the new step tracks, and I said I'm not going to come in and film it or watch or whatever because it's the first time you're teaching them, so I'm just going to let you teach them, and then maybe like next week I'll come in and film them or whatever, or like get feedback from people or whatever. But from sitting out there, it sounded like they were going really well, and she said she enjoyed them. I think there was a couple that she didn't manage to get in, but the ones she did do, she really liked, especially the Country Shania Twain one, which I really like that one. And there was another one as well. Oh, we've got a new salsa one. But yeah, so I'm happy with that as well. It's really hard to choreograph a class that you don't teach, because not only do I want to make it suitable for Nikki, I also want to make sure it's suitable for the people that come to Nikki's class. So like when I choreograph rebounds tracks, I'm like, as I'm doing it, I'm like, oh, so-and-so will really like this one, or they'll really like this one, or they liked that one before, so this one's a bit similar, so I think everyone will like this one. Like you sort of get to know your class, and even as new people come and people leave, you get to know what people like overall, and like tracks that have been really popular before, you know, if you do similar ones, then it will be good. So it's really hard to do it when you don't know the class. And most of the people in the class also come to my classes as well, but it's just hard when you're not trying them out. Because what also happens, especially like rebounds, actually all of my classes, even ones that I don't choreograph myself, this happens. You can practice a track on your own and think, oh my God, that's really good, everyone's gonna love that. And then you get to class and it sort of falls flat a bit, and it's a bit like, oh, did you like it? Oh, not really. And everyone's like, it's all right. And you're like, wow, I thought that was gonna be the favorite. And it has happened loads over the years. Even ones, it's so different when you're doing it on your own to like doing it for a full class. And it happens the other way around as well. Like, there's a track in Rebounds Lift where I first did it, I thought, oh, I don't think I like this actually now that I'm teaching it in a class. And I did it again the next week and I was like, oh, I don't think I like this one, what do you think? And everyone was like, oh, it's our favourite. And I was like, oh, okay. And now we've done it every week since. We've literally done it the whole time I've been teaching that class. We have done that track because everyone loves it and everyone goes, yay, like favourite one. And I'm like, oh, like I don't really, and it's growing on me, I do like it now. But for the first few weeks I was like, oh, I don't think it really like flows very well. And I don't think it really, I don't know, there was something about it, but everyone loved it. On Thursday, it is World Kindness Day. So I've been trying to think of something I can do for World Kindness Day. And I think I'm potentially going to go out on Sunday and do this. Because the problem is World Kindness Day is on Thursday. So I've had an idea, but also I think if I do it on a Thursday, then I'm not sure if it will really go as well. I wanted to do it tomorrow, but I don't think I'm going to be ready in time. potentially I could do it tomorrow afternoon. What I was thinking of doing is getting some envelopes and putting in like sweets and chocolates and free classes, salt sessions, like just freebies. Like every envelope's gonna have something different, and like hide them around town or like along the seafront, like near the pier, and just see if people can find them, and then they'll just say like Happy Kindness Day on them. Things I'm worried about is like if no one gets them and they just sit there. We did it a few weeks ago, I think, well, more than a few weeks ago. A couple of months ago, I had stones and I wrote on there like quotes that people had written in our toilet, and I said if you find a stone, and it said ShanFitness on the back, if you find a stone, like send us a picture and then you'll get a free class. And it did work quite well, like people were sending me pictures, and even like a few weeks later people were still sending me pictures, finding them in like different places, so people had like re-hidden them, so that was cute. So potentially, but I just don't know whether it's the wrong type of weather for stuff like this, like people are going to be walking around the seafront, if it's raining are they just going to get ruined? I don't really know. And then how do I hide them without people seeing? And then how do I like film it unless I just do it on my stories? There's lots to think about. I don't know, I think I haven't told anyone I'm doing this. Maybe potentially I just need to tell someone that I'm doing this, and then once I talk to them about it, then that's when it all makes sense in my head. But this is the first time I've said it out loud. So potentially it will start making sense in my head now. Because I've said about this before, but when I just sit here on my own, I know what I want to do, but I need to say it out loud for it to like work out. So tonight we've got a pom squad class. So I've done it on just like a random Friday night because people have been asking me for it, but I'm just not convinced, because every time we do it, every time I put it on the timetable, it just never gets busy. So I thought I'll do it on an odd Friday. I'll see how many people I get, and if it's enough for a class, then I'll rearrange the timetable and put it on, and I've got 4 people. I did have more than that. I have had a few cancellations, but I'm like, no, I just don't think it should be on the timetable. We've got line dancing next month, so then maybe I'll do this in January, February, and see if they start getting popular, then I'll move the timetable around. But I'm just not convinced that it's going to be any busier than any of our other classes, so I just don't think it's worth it. If I film myself practicing for tonight, then maybe once you've seen it, you will want to book it. Do you always get poms? People always ask me if it's a kids class. No. Too crazy because I've literally just eaten some sushi, so I'm trying not to jump. Class is a lot of arms because you're doing your cheer combination. I bought some new shorts from Shein a couple of weeks ago, and I've been too scared to wear them in case they like rip or in case they're like see-through or something, I don't know. But I thought tonight is a good night because I'm only doing one class and we don't do any floor work. So I'm gonna try them. You never know, they could be like the best shorts I've ever had. But I feel like I need to do some squats in them to see if they rip. No, they're okay. Do you want to see what I've been ignoring? Just not in the mood. I got this jacket with my money from my clothes that the woman weighed and paid me for. My mum says I look like a farmer, but I like it. Obviously not with this. This is what I've got changed. I'm not wearing those shorts to Pom Squad now because I practiced in them and it looked like I was just wearing knickers. So I was like, no, I'm gonna put my line dancing skirt on because it's cheerleading. I hope slick backs never go out of fashion, because what else am I meant to do with my sweaty hair when I need to go somewhere straight after class? I just have to do a sweaty slick back. Oh my God, look, you're in the mirror, you can see my outfit. This is like my favourite line dancing outfit, but I wore it to Pom Squad. Me and my mum are going to a spiritual night now. Just done Pom Squad. Don't think we're going to put it on the timetable. Only 3 people came. And then I said at the end, like, oh, if I put this on the timetable, I'll be taking this class off. And everyone was like, nah. They did enjoy it. It is fun, but it's just not, it doesn't challenge you enough, I don't think. It's just like constant one level. Like there's nothing, we don't do any toning tracks, we don't do any floor tracks, we don't do like any high intensity, like it's all just sort of like one level. And yeah, I'm sweating, but not bad enough. Also, didn't think this through because I get bright pink hands when I do Pom Squad because of the Poms. And now I've got to go out. Oh, I need something to wear. I've literally got all my clothes chucked on the floor. I'm thinking brown joggers from Primark, my new jacket, and this green top, because I think that goes. I'm just going to try it on. I haven't got time. Right, do I look like a farmer? Do I look like a farmer? By the time you see this, it's going to be too late. I also feel gross because I'm sweaty. I'm just going to like spray deodorant on and just hope for the best. This is also tomorrow's problem. I also didn't think about eating. I'm starving. Okay, this is the outfit. I don't think it's my best outfit. I don't think this colour green suits me, but it might be because I'm all like red and sweaty that doesn't suit me. But I'm literally going to a spiritual night at a community centre, like it's not that deep. Quick scrub of the hands, quick spray of deodorant and perfume, and then I'm going. I am in a rush this morning. Today is my first Saturday with 3 classes in a row. So I've got pit in like 15 minutes. Then I've got rebounds. Then I've got Pilates. But I'm going to get the trampolines out now because rebounds is actually quite busy, surprisingly. Saturday mornings usually aren't that busy, but this morning is, which obviously I'm happy about, but I'm going to get the trampolines out now and put them to the side for pit because rebounds is busier than pit, so I think it'll be all right. I think when I haven't got a Friday night class, I'm going to start putting these out on the Friday night if I've got people for pit and I've got a few people for rebounds, because that 15-minute gap when you've got to get trampolines out goes quick. And although I do that on a Tuesday night, the turnaround is so quick on a Tuesday because I actually only have 10 minutes. There's a few people that do the double, so I've got some support. I sort of like start getting the trampolines out and then everyone ends up helping me. Whereas I don't think anyone's going to do the double on a Saturday morning because pit into rebounds is a bit crazy. So I think I'm going to have to do it on my own and try and get it done as quickly as possible. Last night I went to that spiritual night. It was really busy, which surprises me because spiritual things haven't been that busy lately. It's been a bit, I don't know, it's almost like gone off trend a bit, which is a shame. And there were so many, I get like a bit, I don't know whether, I'm about to say something crazy if you don't believe in stuff like this. I don't know if it's because there's like so many spirits in the room, but I always feel a bit weird at these events, like a bit like, like, I don't know, like a bit overwhelmed. Because there must have been about 7 mediums, like, and they're all fully booked. So that's a lot of spirits coming in to that room, right? So I don't know, when I walked in, I was like, whew. It's almost like, even if there was not that many people in there, it'd still feel really busy. I mean, only one tarot reader. I don't go to mediums, I only go to tarot readers. There was one tarot reader and she was fully booked all night. So we just walked around a couple of times and then we were like, oh, what are we gonna do now then? So then we went out for dinner. We went to Hollywood Diner. We were the only people in there because we got there at like 8:30. So I felt really bad because I thought they probably want to go home and we're just sat here. It was really nice. I did it. I feel good, actually. I need to sort out breakfast situations because I got here and I was like, oh, I need something for breakfast, so I'm going to teach all these classes. So I had a yogurt, which probably wasn't the best idea because now I'm starving. In the first class, I felt sick because I'd just eaten a yogurt, and now I'm absolutely starving. So I need to think of a Saturday breakfast I can have. Hello. Nikki's just about to start teaching her class. She's got she's put in the new step tracks. So I'm gonna wait for her to start and then I'm gonna go in there and film some of them. So that is the end of this video. I am doing an admin day at the studio, but I'm just tired. I'm just sitting on the sofa. It's actually not cold in here, which is weird because it's been freezing, but it's all right. So I feel like I'm like falling asleep while I'm doing my admin. But I might go home instead, do it at home. I am this afternoon gonna write, should I be telling you this? I'm gonna write a new business plan for the CAF. I already have a business plan, but I've changed what the business is now. So I'm gonna write a new business plan, and it is my mission next week to get things started with the CAF. That is the goal of next week.